Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy Staten, we're back with another MyTeam game. Decided to go ahead and mix my lineup up again. I got Pistol Pete in the last pack opening I did, which I didn't record, unfortunately. And I definitely wanted to go ahead and throw him out in the starting lineup. So I put him in at point, and I needed a shooter to go out there with him. I was going to start Dominique, but I feel like, if I'm going to start Pistol Pete, which I did, I need a shooter out there to help spread the floor, because his 3-point, he's kind of limited in his range. His 3-pointers are 75. He can hit it, but you don't want to be relying on that jump shot from him. So I ended up throwing John Starks out there, pretty much just to stretch the floor. And I actually did something I don't normally do, which is set my my defensive settings, like play tight on shooters and stuff like that. I messed around with that for a little bit, and that's the first time I've done that, and it actually worked out pretty well for me early on in this game. And I think that's something I'm probably gonna start doing. Like, I'm used to playing the My Player stuff, and you can't do that in My Player, so I'm just used to not being able to do it. And I need to start taking advantage of that to help make my defense play a little bit better, especially against this guy. He's got Kobe at point, and Pistol Pete's on-ball defense isn't that great. And bam, his on-ball defense isn't that great, so I knew I'd have some trouble staying in front of Kobe. And I felt like, look at that screen. I felt like it was more important for John Starks to stay on J.R. Smith and for Pierce to stay on Kyle Korver to avoid giving up threes. I'd rather just go ahead and give up the 2-pointers. Don't give up the 3. And I did a fairly good job of that, I'd say, throughout the game. And I don't know what was that. I don't know what was up with that. That was just, I hate when my Xbox does that. Like, it just does like 3 random skips of lag. I don't know why it does that. It does it all the time. But, I don't know how to fix it. It is what it is. I just got to deal with it. Cash money. But, just stepping away from the game for a little bit. Do have some bad news. I did shut the league down yesterday. Just seems like, for some reason, man, just people think that, that I don't know why people just got to act like idiots. They're in the league, and people just want to see how much they can get away with before getting kicked out. And I've had to kick out too many people. I'm like, you know what? Figured, you know what? I might as well go ahead and just shut the whole league down. I'm just tired of kicking people out to make the league work. So I just shut the whole thing down, which sucks because there were a pretty good number of people in there who were playing their games, were solid, and I actually didn't mind playing them. But, it's just how things got to be. The lot have to suffer because there's a few idiots in the bunch. But, I learned my lesson. Don't start leagues off of YouTube because you get some of the worst people ever in there. But anyway, we'll go ahead and move on. I knew he was going to do that, so I just stayed on Mr. Maravich. And, this dude Dominique coming off the bench, man. That, what was that? Look at that. What was that? Come on. Pierce? And the way my lineup, the way I had it set up was, I don't know why I threw Hakeem back out there. I just hadn't played with Hakeem in a while. I wanted to throw him back in the lineup. I could have actually pulled that with Price. Because as far as Korver was off of him, and I got Deadeye, there's no way Korver would have contested that shot enough to make me miss. But what I was going to do originally was I was going to put Dominique in at the 2 and start Mark Price. Because, Mark Price, he got that jumper, and if you leave him open, it's cash. It's cash all day. But since I started Pistol Pete, like I said, I needed that shooter out there, and I put John Starks. He's got that 93 3-pointer, I think it is. And I put a Deadeye on him, so if you leave him open, plus I got Dimer on Pistol Pete, it's cash. Except for this one. And, so I wanted to have Dominique coming off the bench, and this is cash, except that one's off too. I wanted to play with Dominique, and I felt like I needed a banger coming off the bench, or somewhere in the lineup to get me those easy scores. And he definitely was the perfect candidate for that. I was going to play Drexler. I was like, you know what, nah, fuck it. Let's go ahead and just throw the big dog out there and let's see what happens. And I will say, I only have finisher on, as far as offensive signature skills, I only have finisher on Dominique, because I didn't feel like he needed posterizer. He's got the high dunk tendency anyway. He's going to dunk it if he gets some room. And I only gave him finisher because I don't want him doing those posterizer dunks. I want him to do his own stuff just to be able to finish it in traffic. As Kobe hits me with the little zoom and takes off and knocks in his mid-range. But all in all, for not playing in quite some time, I definitely like this little lineup that I put out here. Like with Mark Price and John Starks in the backcourt. I mean, you can't help off of anybody. And this guy actually caught me off guard a little bit early in the game. Like, I knew he was going to throw that alley-oop to Kobe, but I couldn't stop it. And like, because he actually ran a 2-3 zone, which I don't normally run into. It's usually 1-3-1 or man. And he actually ran a 2-3 zone and just kind of used it at the center, which caught me off guard for a little while. Cash money, Mark Price. But the one thing is, like, you know, since he was on the center, he would never really stay in the paint. The paint was wide open all game, and if I was able to notice it in time, which I wasn't doing early on, I could get a lot of easy scores right around the basket. And I started to take advantage of that as the game went on. And you just don't leave them boys open. Cash money, don't leave them open. Like 7 of 11 from 3-point. And honestly, the way this game was going, I mean, you know, he had Kobe at point, and I mean, it was pretty much Kobe or nothing for his offense, which I guess is kind of the case most of the time when you play against Kobe. But he really wasn't trying to shoot threes. He, like the way I saw it, he was trying to, you know, just kind of turbo to the rim and all that. And I wasn't really worried about giving up 2-pointers as long as I was getting threes. And I was getting threes pretty consistently throughout the game. And then, you know, I tried to go ahead and dunk on Culver, but he quits. So, thank you for watching. I will be back soon with another video. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.